A teenager who just graduated from Clark Middle School is gunned down in broad daylight in City Heights.
Amazon Prime Day or Amazon Crime Day? We have some tips so you don't get scammed.
Huge limbs keep falling from eucalyptus trees where UCSD graduate students are living. Hear from the students who are scared to walk to their cars.
Did you know cigarette butts are microplastic? And unfortunately, they're lining our coastline. More details on how we can stop it.
And as we celebrate Pride, we give you a preview of this weekend's parade route and a look back at Hillcrest's history. CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now.
Tonight, police are still looking for the person who was responsible for shooting and killing a 14-year-old boy in City Heights yesterday. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. Detectives say the boy was walking on the sidewalk when he was attacked. Tonight, those who knew the victim, Enrique Medina, are sharing their memories and mourning his loss. CBS 8's David Gottfredson spoke to the teen's former soccer coach who said the boy loved sports.
He was my goalkeeper for a while. I known his family for years, so hearing about this news yesterday broke my heart.
Soccer coach Lupe Castro showed up at the scene of Sunday's shooting at Polk Avenue and 37th Street, where her former goalkeeper Enrique Medina was shot to death in broad daylight.
He was just an awesome kid. I can't explain who would do this to him.
Her son Tristan played soccer with Enrique when the teenager attended Clark Middle School in City Heights.
My best memory with him was when we won the championship at a tournament, and then he came to hug me because we won, and it was like a hard tournament, and he just came to ran at me and hugged me.
Police say the teenager was shot by a group of Hispanic males who drove away in a light-colored sedan.
I was here last night with his family. I just can't believe it. He was such a great kid. After leaving soccer, he went to boxing, and it's just unbelievable how young he was.
In recent months, Enrique had been working out at a boxing gym on University Avenue.
He was a very, very likable kid, and he was good. He was good. He was a really good boxer.
His boxing coach, David Ventura, gave us this video of the boy boxing in the gym.
Everyone respected him at the gym. And they respected his skills and how tough he was, too. You know, he's definitely going to be missed.
That teenager had his whole life ahead of him. He would have gone on to be a freshman later this year at Hoover High School. In City Heights, David Gottfredson, CBS 8.
Thank you, David. Tonight, authorities across Southern California are investigating a string of shootings at 7-Eleven stores. At least 2 people were killed, several others hurt in 6 different robberies. It all started when 7-Elevens in Upland and Ontario were robbed around 1 a.m. No one was hurt in those holdups. Several people were shot in 4 other robberies in Riverside, Santa Ana, Brea, and La Habra. A clerk in Brea was killed, as well as a man in Santa Ana. Right now, investigators believe the La Habra, Brea, and Santa Ana shootings are connected.
Falling limbs from eucalyptus trees continue to be a problem at one UC San Diego student housing complex. Take a look at this. They have fallen on several cars, causing severe damage, and students fear someone could be hurt or killed if they happen to be walking under a tree when the branches fall and break. Our Brian White is working for you to get answers from the university and see if it has a plan to reduce the risk.
I'm here at the Central Mesa Graduate Student Housing Complex for UCSD, and as you can see, there are eucalyptus trees everywhere. And with these huge limbs that keep falling, students around here don't feel safe.
It makes me feel kind of angry and anxious at times, very nervous.
A number of eucalyptus trees and limbs fall periodically here at this UCSD housing complex, and it happened again just last month.
Over here, we have a tree. Some of the limbs fell.
These pictures were taken just after the tree limbs fell in an area near the mailboxes and laundry room. And the worst part is, children are known to often play around here.
Me and my wife, we like to walk around in our stroller. It's extremely dangerous. It could be very fatal.
He remembers when a eucalyptus tree fell over last September.
If I would have left 5 minutes earlier, I would have been right here. When I looked, I saw the tree fall, and I saw it hit all the cars.
One of those cars, this black Jeep Renegade, belonged to Sergio Sandoval, a PhD student for aerospace engineering.
The housing, they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything for us.
Fortunately, he had full coverage, but others didn't. 5 vehicles were damaged and a light pole knocked over. Now, Sergio would rather park elsewhere and walk the rest of the way, especially when he's with his son.
I'm always watching above, just to make sure that we get home safe, and we're almost running to our house.
And these pictures are from February, when another barrage of eucalyptus branches came tumbling down.
It definitely is one of the worries that constantly keeps me up at night.
I reached out to UCSD to see what they're doing in the way of proactive maintenance, and I received this statement that reads, quote, "The safety of students, faculty, and staff is the university's highest concern, which is why it maintains an ongoing program where licensed arborists evaluate trees on campus, and licensed tree service contractors regularly trim and remove trees." Meanwhile, students say they've heard this before. They don't feel like anything's being done.
It's very concerning, and it feels like the university isn't taking the matter seriously.
If they have checked and if they're so sure, why are they still falling? You know, we need somebody that is in charge, that actually takes leadership and makes a change on this.
I'm staying on top of this and am working for you. Brian White for CBS 8.
Wow, serious issue there, Brian. Don't forget, here at CBS 8, we are working for you. If there's an issue you'd like us to look into, email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com. If you filled up your tank recently, you might have noticed it. Gas prices are going down, ever so slightly, but they're trending in the right direction. They have dropped in San Diego County, in fact, for 26 straight days and are almost 29 cents lower per gallon than what we were paying a month ago. Right now, the average here in San Diego County is $6.07. That is still high, of course. At this time last year, we were paying $4.29 a gallon. The national average right now is $4.68 a gallon.
In Yosemite National Park tonight, a 2,300-acre wildfires threatening a grove of giant sequoias, including the famous grizzly giant. Heat is fueling that wildfire, and as Jonathan Vigliotti reports, California is not alone when it comes to record-breaking temperatures.
The Washburn fire in Yosemite National Park grew even larger Monday. It's already scorched more than 3.5 square miles in a southern corner of the park.
Obviously, it is in an area where it is getting into wilderness, so it is getting into steep country.
More than 500 firefighters are battling the fire, which is threatening the park's famous giant sequoia trees. Park Service employees are working to protect them.
I'm standing right in front of the grizzly giant, which is arguably one of the most famous trees on Earth, and we've got a sprinkler system set up around it. We really don't want to leave this one to chance because this really is such an iconic tree.
In Utah, record-breaking heat and high winds are fueling massive wildfires. That includes the Jacob City fire, whose flames spread to almost 6 square miles. In Texas, record-breaking temperatures prompted the state's power grid operator to ask residents and businesses to conserve energy, saying there's a potential for rolling blackouts.
We are working with all of our partners in the community, including churches and others, to look at different spaces and places for people to go and get into the AC.
And in Kansas, temperatures are hovering around the triple digits, taking a toll on local farmers.
When you know your crops are struggling, when you know they're suffering, it's really, really hard to stand out here and watch your crops burn up.
The forecast there doesn't call for much rain anytime soon. Jonathan Vigliotti, CBS News, Yosemite National Park.
The National Interagency Fire Center says that 35,000 wildfires have burned more than 7,300 square miles. Both numbers are well above average for this time of year.
Production of baby formula is ramping up again at Abbott Nutrition's Michigan plant. Damage and flooding from severe thunderstorms forced the facility to halt operations last month. That was just 2 weeks after the factory reopened, after a months-long shutdown over a contamination issue. The closure contributed to a national ongoing shortage of baby formula. Abbott says production of its special formula for infants went back online July 1st, but it is still working to restart production of Similac products.